Faith Watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Oh, yes. Happy Friday, y'all. I hope y'all are excited about the weekend. For those of you who have the weekend all to yourselves, all that fun, good stuff, whatever. However it goes for you, I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing next few days until we meet again on Monday. But anyways, how y'all doing today? How's it going? Did y'all get a chance to get around to watching any of this stuff we've been reviewing this week? Let me know in the comments, because y'all know I love hearing from y'all, or any other good news that y'all would like to share that would be an encouragement and a blessing and inspiration to anyone. Y'all feel free to drop all of that in the comments. But yes, getting back to our special feature today, which is titled The Unbreakable Boy, actually premiering right now in your local theater. So y'all up on this. Y'all can get out there this weekend and watch this with your family and your loved ones. Such a family-friendly film right here. Inspirational, based off a true story, all that good stuff. Yes, check it out. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. When Scott and Teresa learned that their son Austin is autistic and has brittle bone disease, they initially worry about his future. However, with Scott's growing faith and Austin's incredible spirit, they become unbreakable as they find joy and courage in the most trying times. Now, Faith Watchers, this was an amazing film, as you can imagine. Any story that is based off a true story. Hold on, I don't know why I feel like, okay, is that a little bit better? Okay, I feel like it's a little bit better. I don't want to like shine in my face and all that. But yes, as you can imagine, like any story, any film that's based off a true story, you know it's gonna have that element there, for me at least, inspiration, just courage, that fearlessness, which we all could draw from and take back to our real lives. And this is a story that I feel like mirror, in a sense, a lot of different stories that we probably heard in the past. So I wasn't as like enthused to go watch it. Even after watching the trailer, I felt like watching the trailer that most likely this is gonna be like a film that I kind of watched in the past and kind of shows me, I mean, I'm just being real and honest. This is what I'm thinking as I was watching the trailer and all that. Way before the film came out, way before I watched anything. I was thinking, y'all, that it's going to be one of them films that, yeah, it's a feel good and I'm going to be able to relate because it's based off a true story. But it's going to be something that I've seen before, and it's kind of like that same kind of different thing. I feel like it's like on repeat for me. At least that's what I was thinking. Of course, you're always gonna hope for something different, but I really didn't go into this film with any high expectations. I went in there feeling like, okay, this is gonna be heartwarming, a film that's gonna pull on my heartstrings, and I'm gonna walk away feeling good, like, okay, it was a good film, and leave the theater like that. And that's all I really expected. So, and I'm actually glad that I went in like that, because when I walked out totally different. This film surpassed my expectations, like for real, y'all, okay? I was just like amazed from the moment that the film opened up. I love the way it is shot. I love like different elements in there that I just never seen before. I love this style and this form of storytelling here, which was amazing. I love that before we even got into the film that we got to hear from the actual people, which I really love, because you usually get to see that, like, some information about them, the real life people, at the end of the film. That's what I'm used to seeing. But to see them prior to the film opening up, and hear their voice, to hear their words, that just was an element of surprise there and really touching to me. And I really appreciate it. It gave me that connection right away with the characters. So they did that in such a very subtle way, which I really appreciate. So automatically now, like, I don't seen the real life people, I don't heard from them. Now I'm excited for them because I got to get a little bit, just a glimpse of their backstory and get a glimpse of who they are right now in real time. So I'm all excited now, okay? And so then the film opens up, and then we're hearing automatically from Oz, man. Yeah. The little boy here, Austin, who was so sweet, so adorable, the way that he told this story. It is told through the eyes of this little kid here. which I really appreciate. So everything is like that, and I love that, because number one, your heart is already softened. It's a kid right now, and he's talking, he's telling his story. And I love the creativity that they did. Like, we are in his mind, we are right there feeling him emotionally. We're growing with him from the very moment that he arrives on the scene, and we hear from him way before we actually see him arrive on the scene, which I thought that was very, very clever, and added to this form, this style of storytelling, which I really did appreciate. So yeah, so there, y'all, so that happened. So you know right away, okay, I told y'all all of that. So now I'm really excited, I'm into it. And on top of that, I knew that this is another clue for me that this ain't just in my head, y'all, that this really is an amazing story, beautiful, everything, every aspect of this film, from the story itself, also to the way that it is told, from the cinematic, all that kind of stuff that we won't really get into on this channel. All of that was just perfection and beautiful, and really catered to the audience, really pulled us in. Like, everything, every element was added to that, and I appreciate it so dearly, okay? So yeah, y'all got all of that. So right away I'm into it, and I love that. And usually when you hear stories like this, you only hear, especially when it's narrated by the child, you only get mostly him. I felt like Austin told us everything. Like, he didn't leave nothing out, and he even said that as he's narrating, that he is the type, when he meets someone, he tells them everything. And I can relate to that, in the sense of, not all in your business, all that kind of stuff, but in the sense that when I'm telling you about a story, I want to walk you through that story from the very beginning. I don't want to just start from the middle, start from the end, or none of that. I want to walk you through everything emotionally, so you are there and you feel like you actually walk through everything, you actually experience everything with me. And I feel like that's what Austin did with us here. So I love that we got to hear so much about his parents, which was so enlightening, and it really gave us, like, it really helped us understand Austin, because we got to see where he came from, how all of this developed, and the parents played a major part in his actual story. And that just made it even more like, oh, you just right there in it, and you feel for these parents, because we get to see they weren't perfection, which I'm used to seeing in these type of films, that they kind of depict the parents as, because they want you to feel for the parents and all that, especially when you're dealing with a situation like this. Automatically you want the parents to almost seem like heroic, and you feel for them automatically, so we don't necessarily get the parents' story in a sense. But that's not what happened here. Austin told us his story, like his parents. We got to see their flaws, we got to see that they were actually human. These are not some, like, special people in a sense of like they're different from everybody else in the world. No. So I know if anyone else can relate to this story, as far as this is what they're dealing with, they're gonna really feel like, wow, this is me here, and actually see themselves here, because we saw these parents as humans. So we saw so many different mistakes, we saw the different flaws here, we saw that element of what we deal with as human beings when we feel like we're failing at every angle, when we're dealing with something that we never dealt with before, when we're encountering something that we never encountered before, and we're trying to protect this blessing, this gift that God has given us, even though it may seem like it comes with a lot, and it makes you feel almost bad, like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling like I'm tired and I want to get away from this situation, even though this is my kid and I love my kid. And I love that we got to see so many moments, so many different seasons here with these parents, that they weren't depicted as the perfect parents. We saw moments when they're hiding in the closet just to get a break from it all. We saw moments when they just needed to escape not only the whole household, but even each other, and yet pull it together and come back and say, you know what, we're going to do this, we're going to push through this, we're going to press forward, we're going to believe, we're going to have faith, we're going to trust God here. And trusting God doesn't always look like the perfect situation, the perfect scenario. And I love that this film depicted all of that. So for us as the audience watching this, if we're going through hardship, different things, whether it is within a family situation or something else, it lets us know, hey, it's okay. It's okay to have those moments when you feel like you can't get through it, like you feel like you just can't take another step. And know that even when you feel that way, you can do it. You can take another step. And so I love that this film, you walk away with the courage to live the best day of your life. And that's one of my favorite lines that Austin says in this film. Today is the best day of his life, and I feel like how more so it should be like that for all of us here, regardless of what you're dealing with, what cards you were dealt with life, whatever it is, you know, like just make every moment, make every day the best day ever. And so that is really like the whole overall message that I walked away with it from, on top of just having an amazing time. I feel like I went on a ride here. I went on a journey with this family, and the whole time rooting for them, loving them together, loving the boys here. Teresa as the mom, the wife, and just feeling where she came from. It is just amazing, y'all. I love this story. This story, I feel like, is one of those stories that it will outlast time. Like seriously, if you watch this 20 years from now, 30, 40 years from now, I believe it would be just as inspiring, just as touching, and it does leave the audience, us, with something special and heartwarming, and that is knowing that you are loved, you are special, just the way that you are. You are unbreakable, right? So once again, this is titled The Unbreakable Boy. You can find it playing right now in your local theaters. Please get out there, y'all, and watch this. Okay, we need to support clean, faith-based films, inspirational films, all of that type of stuff that is going against all this other stuff that we don't need to be seeing, that the world doesn't even gain anything from. So when we get this good stuff, we need to fill the seats. We need to let them know, hey, we want more of this. This is good, right? So get out there and support this film, because you're not only supporting this film and everyone that was involved in it, but you're also supporting this family, and you're supporting the millions of other families out there who this is their story. This is their child or children. We need to just support each other, like for real, y'all. So get out there and watch the film. I promise you, you're gonna have an amazing time, right? So before I leave you up for today, let's get into our scripture, which will be coming out of Psalms chapter 121, verse 5. And it reads, "The Lord is your keeper, the Lord is your shade at your right hand." That's all I have for y'all for this video. This week was such an amazing, breathtaking week of different films, shows that I shared with you all. I'm still excited about. I'm still like even in a sense in that world, because I had such an amazing time sharing it with you all, recording it, hanging out, all that good stuff here. So y'all please make sure y'all leave your thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below, because it does help and it does let me know that, hey, you all want more of this, okay? So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.